On this episode, we're pulling the motor out of my 1986 Ford F-150. Alright, let's give you guys a quick walk around of my 1986 Ford F-150. She's just a base model Ford F-150 two-wheel drive. It's a 3-speed automatic and it has a 302 in it. Now I bought this truck for $2,000 and I've been running it for the last year. I haven't done much to it but some body work and fixed the lights. So the reason we're pulling the motor out of this Ford is because she has a bunch of oil leaks. She has a leaky timing cover gasket and I'm pretty sure an oil pan gasket. We did valve cover gaskets that were leaking, and then when I fixed them it decided to blow the other seals out. So I'm just going to fix everything because I need this truck. I need it to run and I need it to do truck things and pull a trailer in case one of my other cars break down. So we are pulling the motor. Alright guys, so far we got the hood off, had to get the hinge off and the mount for the hood, and then I take the intake off, or I guess the plenum for it, and I already removed the air box and everything, so we're making good progress. Just got a little bit more stuff to remove and unhook before I can take the motor out. I've just been setting the stuff in the back, no big deal. That's what's nice about doing a truck, you just throw everything in the back. So here's the motor out. She is super dirty. We had to get her all cleaned up, start assembling it back together, put new parts on it. I had to clean the engine bay. It is a mess. Look at all this oil. This thing was leaking horribly. Had to pressure wash it. So we'll get that all cleaned up and get it painted the best we can before putting the motor back in. So here's the timing chain. I'd say it's wore out. Look at a slap on that, and the gear, it's like gone. They're just rounded off. And then the oil pan, I got it all cleaned up. Got it all cleaned up. We're gonna get it painted blue, just like the rest of the motor. And then here's the water pump. Get it painted blue too, the new one. All right, guys. So we're making progress on this truck. I'll show you what. Here's the motor right here. Look at this guy. You wouldn't believe how filthy this thing was. I'll show you. Alright, so we got the motor all cleaned up. We got the timing chain back on it. We got it all degreased, at least the best that I could do. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. Valve covers all cleaned up. We got a rear main seal in the sucker. We got the balancer back on it. It got a double roller chain for it. Timing covers on. I got to re-tape up these holes and start painting stuff. But the humidity is just horrible. I'm hoping that this paint sticks because I don't know if it's gonna dry, and I'm getting tired. So it's like, I don't know, 2 o'clock. I've been at this since like 7 in the morning. So we'll see. We're getting there. I'm hoping the next couple of days we'll have this thing in the car. So I'm gonna start painting. Okay guys, so this video is kind of going off the rails really bad. The last time I picked up the camera, the truck was running and it ran for like 30 minutes. This is the original motor for it. We had it in the truck, it was all nice and clean, ran really good. Then as it warmed up, it decided to have no oil pressure. When it was cold, it had oil pressure, but when it warmed up, no oil pressure. So we're assuming that the bearings in the motor are just shot. So I was pretty disgusted with it after doing all that work. It almost did not get put back together, but it currently has no motor. It has another motor. This motor. This motor is a 302 also, but it is out of a 94 Mustang GT. This car, to be exact. Now, I've had this car for, I don't know, 6-7 years, and it was a Mustang GT 94. It's the 5.0 with the 302. It was a 5-speed. 5-speed. Plan was to put this in a New Edge Mustang, a 2-valve, because I prefer the 5.0 instead of the 4.6, and I was going to make it carb. Long story short, I had a New Edge. It was a 2-valve. It was, someone offered me the right money, and I sold it. I made money off of the car. I've had that car for a long time. I've tried to sell it. I've tried to sell it as a whole car. Couldn't bring myself to part it out, so it's just been sitting. I've been looking for another body. This motor is exactly the same as this. It just has different pulleys and stuff on the front of them, which I took all that crap off. All the pulleys and stuff for this are going in this. This has a little bit of cam. It has a low end torque cam. It's gonna be awesome in this thing. Am I getting rid of this? Absolutely not. This will get rebuilt eventually. Can't tell you when, but for right now, it's done. It needs bearings. And there's no sense in doing the bearings. I might as well just rebuild the whole thing exactly the way I want it, so it's later. This runs, nothing wrong with it. Runs beautifully. So we're gonna get it in this girl because I'm tired of her giving me a hard time. This video is basically gonna wrap up part 1, I guess, of this. Pull the motor out, drop it right back in. Kind of isn't going like that. I'm like, video wise it's short, but I have like, I don't know, 4 weekends in this thing, and I mean like sun up to sundown working on this thing. So the next video you will see me cleaning this thing up. We have a bunch of goodies for it. I have some expensive parts for it. In the next video you'll see me put that guy in. I have a bunch of fun performance parts for it. Trying to make this thing drivable, but also let it breathe, let it live, get rid of the emission stuff. We did a couple cool things to the truck as far as gauges and stuff. I'll show you that in the next video. So I appreciate you guys hanging in there and watching this crazy ride. I'm sure the video is more fun to watch than it has been trying to get this truck running again. So until next time, guys.